is 5 o'clock, Monday, December the 4th, 2017. And I'll call this meeting, special call meeting for the San Juan Economic Development Corporation to order. First item on the agenda is roll call. I'll start to my right, please.
San Juan. Eddie Garcia, Vice President.
Pedro Contreras, member.
Mr. Ramirez, ex-official.
Ruben Navarro, board members.
Aaron Garza, Board Members.
Fred Rodriguez, Secretary.
Jack Garza, Treasurer.
Gilbert Vasquez, EDC Attorney.
Now, Kilo Guajardo for president, not president as well. Second item on the agenda is the minutes from November the 16th of 2017 and the minutes from November the 21st, 2017. These are in your package for review. You guys have had time to review those beforehand. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner Garcia to approve the minutes as submitted. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. Third item, director report, but there is no report. We don't have a director. Number 4 is the items on the agenda, action items. The first item is discussion, consideration, possible action, if any, declaring a sponsorship for the Blue Santa toy giveaway as a promotional purpose and authorizing San Juan EDC to sponsor the Blue Santa toy giveaway as a promotional expense in an amount to be determined by the San Juan EDC board.
How much are the amounts? I'd like to make,
I think it's attached to
your
your
back sheet.
packet.
It's 3, 5, and 1,000. I make a motion that we give 1,000 to the Blue Center. For part of their community, it's for a good cause. It's, the Blue Center is represented by the San Juan Police Department. I don't think $1,000 is gonna hurt our budget in any way, so.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I have one question. What about the forfeiture funds, Mr. Arjona? Are they utilized for purchase of presents or for this event and all that, you know?
As far as I know, no, not of the forfeiture funds.
No, that's not allowed.
It's only for PDDs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. For the building that
It's for the building or for their particular use, which is in vehicles.
unfortunately cannot apply to this, right?
We have a motion and a second to award $1,000 to this organization. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Second item is discussion, consideration, possible action, if any, on San Juan EDC's travel policies as it relates to the San Juan EDC staff and board of directors, and or creating or amending travel policies as it relates to the San Juan EDC staff and board of directors. This item was placed on the agenda by Mr. Contreras.
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Correct.
Before we get into it, I'd like to state that the last meeting prior to the one where Mr. Cueva was released, I had asked Mr. Cueva to put on the agenda travel policies, because I was under the impression, at least that's what he had told me, that there were no travel policies adopted by this group. Subsequently, at that meeting, when we got to that item, Mr. Contreras brought to our attention that there were policies in place, and subsequently corrected Mr. Cueva on that fact. And I since asked Martha to research that, and she did find the minutes back in December the 1st of 2016, where this body did adopt the city of San Juan's personnel policies. And in those personnel policies are included the travel policies. So I'm glad we've been able to clear that up.
Be excused.
So we do have those in place, okay? So now we know that. But now we can get into this agenda item. Mr. Contreras?
Yes, thank you, Board President, for clarifying that. You know, recently there was an article in the Advance, and what I want to do more than anything tonight, and that's why I emailed Ms. Martha, and I CC'd everybody here. That's why you have this information in front of you, because I want to make sure we're able to disprove any kind of notion that money, any kind of notion of a misunderstanding. Maybe I should put it that way, so we're clear on that. And that's why I asked for this information. Now, obviously, we all just got it. I haven't reviewed it. I recall, Mr. Wahado, you asked Guayat, had everything been cleared in the last meeting? Remember that?
You know, the one where you left, that you left to a meeting, you had asked if it had been cleared up, and then,
I don't recall, but you can remind me.
Okay.
What are we talking about? About cleared about the, whether we had a
if
policy
everybody
in
had
place?
had submitted, or if everything was okay with the finance. In other words, there was a couple pending, she had said that it was all taken care of, and then you left to the meeting. But Oscar had said that everything had been taken care of through the office.
Mr. President, at this time, if we're gonna go into specifics like this, in each individual board member or into these files, I would recommend that we go into executive session under 551-071, consultation with counsel, and that's 071, 2.
Okay.
If we're gonna do that.
If you want to go into specific things about individual travel, I think is what I'm hearing.
Correct.
Then can you make a motion to go into executive session?
I make the motion to go into executive session.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll go into executive session. It is now 5:07.
And I'm sorry, we need the motion to say why we're going to executive session. And by why, I mean the government code. So it would have to be 551-071, consultation with attorney on number 2. Item number, just put 1 and 2. Item 1 and 2.
Item 1 and 2?
Yes.
Okay.
We could have you, I guess we can either withdraw the last motion and then do it, and then we'll do it again.
Okay. I'll withdraw my last motion, and now I'm requesting I'm making a motion to go into executive session under item 2.
551-070.
51
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Second.
Okay, it's been clarified, withdrawn and clarified. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Go into executive session. It is now 5:07. It's now 5:54. We are out of executive session and call this meeting back to order. We were on item number 2, discussion, consideration, action, if any, on San Juan EDC's travel policies. At this time, there'll be no action on that item, so we'll move on to number 3. Discussion, consideration, possible action, if any, appointing an interim executive director for the San Juan Economic Development Corporation.
Mr. President, if I may, for the record, Mr. Israel Garza came back into executive session at 5:27. Very good.
And noted for the record. I think it was discussed a little bit at the last meeting of what you guys had in mind, so at this time, I'll entertain a motion to appoint an interim executive director. A motion to appoint an interim executive director. No motion.
Are we gonna get a director, an interim, or no?
I'll make the motion, I'd like to have if he's willing to accept the position, have Ben Arjona as our acting EDC director.
I have a motion to appoint Mr. Ben Arjona as our interim executive director. Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that matter?
President, I'd probably recommend that we make the motion that, subject to the approval of the city commission. You could just amend your motion to include that.
Subject to the approval of the city
He
commission.
needs to get permission from the city.
Okay, yeah, that's true, because since he's, okay. Then I'd like to reword my motion, that we go ahead and, I'd like to have Mr. Ben Arjona as the EDC director, but with the approval of our commission.
Interim.
Interim, yeah, our interim director, but as per approval by our commission.
I had a question.
Can you second that motion first? Yes. Okay, it's first and second.
Last time, Mr. Arjona, remember what was the point in having acting instead of interim? Do you recall that?
It's the,
What was the difference, or why did we do an acting and not an interim?
I don't recall that, but I want to say that if you do an interim basis, you cannot be on a compensated basis, am I right? When it's an acting, then you get compensated. However, as to what the city policy or any policy says is that if we're providing any type of service to the EDC, then the city or that person has to be compensated. So if I'm not mistaken, that was the definition that was given to us before, the differences in the interim versus the acting.
I believe so, but as far as the compensation, as long as we take care of it in the administrative agreement, and then the city decides to pay you separately You know, because we're just saying, look, city, we're gonna pay you X
X
amount of money,
amount of
and then what they decide to do is up to them.
That's why I brought it up, Mr. Garcia. He's asking.
Yeah, wouldn't it be a little bit like when we, well, but you weren't, I'm sorry, that's when Mr. Palacios, remember when they tried to do that, when we had Paulo?
The same thing.
That he's the same thing, so
All
it
we
has to be
do,
approved.
we have nothing to do with him, we pay the city.
Yeah, so
and the
if
city
so then
pays
let's just say, if it's $20,000, then they're gonna administrate how those $20,000
Exactly. They can give him 500 and the rest to
to
somebody.
whatever,
So
yeah.
was there any
It's
discussion?
basically how,
I don't have any
Final
discussion.
Pablo,
Second.
we had the problem with
There's
Mr.
a motion and a
Garcia.
second, we're in the discussion right now.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? Okay, not all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We got one opposed and everybody else in favor, is that, am I clear with that? Let me ask again, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Got 1, 2, 3,
I'm just,
4.
I need to clear one thing. When you
I've got
say-
four ayes, let me just finish with the vote. 4 ayes?
Well,
All
I don't
opposed?
know what I wanna do.
Okay, all opposed, was 1,
I'm gonna suspend.
no vote? And 1 abstention,
I'm gonna do this. Let me, I'm sorry, sir.
If I may,
I have questions with it.
if I may, and correct me if I'm wrong, anytime we abstain from a vote, that's because there's a direct interest.
Normally, that's the way it is. Conflict of interest.
Well, it's, because I'm kinda confused here with acting and then interim. I don't get it. That's why I don't know how to vote. So,
Would I be
And you
out
said
of
your
line,
reason for abstaining?
Gilbert, if I asked, when you were taking care of us, before Mr. Cuerca, were you compensated? Wow.
The discussion was over.
Wow,
well,
that is,
But that's where I'm at with it,
okay.
you know?
So we have 4 in favor and 2 abstentions.
wow.
Okay, so motion carries.
Did you all know that when we were under,
Next item on the agenda is number 4, discussion, consideration, possible action, if any, approving an administrative agreement between the City of San Juan and the San Juan Economic Development Corporation. Administrative agreement has been attached.
And we have amended the administrative agreement. First of all, we should have had,
Can I be excused?
Yes, sir.
I ain't coming back, I need to go.
Okay,
we should have had an agreement already approved for the year and approved by the city. And I don't think it's been done, so we need to do this anyway, but now we've added the responsibility of the management to the city. It's not necessarily to one person at this point, but it's to the city. So now the city knows what your wishes are because you all have requested that your city manager be in the interim. So now they know that he's gonna be doing it, and now they know that they're gonna be receiving a certain amount of money because they are sending someone to manage the EDC.
And that was my hesitation. That was, we didn't have any discussion in reference to the amount, right?
no, that's this next item.
Okay.
so then basically just, so then he can get compensated. I'm really, I thought that he was getting compensated when San Juanita was here, now he's saying that he already get compensated. It was just on a volunteer basis? Wow.
So what do we have to do on that
That is-
administrative
that is
agreement?
sad.
Do we determine an amount, the city determines an amount?
No.
What do we do at this point?
Well,
This is the amount that we're providing to the city for all their help, whether it's financial or
HR,
services, HR, IT.
yes. Right now, is it
What are
still
we paying you?
$1,500? Just without management? It's 1,000 right now.
So we're paying the city of San Juan $1,000 right now, a month, for the use of their financial person, their IT, HR.
No, it's only for finance. And
Just
doing
finance.
The HR part of the advertisements.
So just finance and just HR advertising. Okay, so that's what we're paying a month right now.
And they handle all the unemployment too, no? Others handles all of that?
If there's any other.
And exit interviews and all that?
So what do you all propose we pay them now so that they in turn could afford to pay something to Mr. Almona for his services to us? Have you guys thought of that?
In a while, like I tell you guys, I thought that after the struggle that he used to go with, our previous, administration, or not administration, our previous mayor, I actually thought you were getting compensated.
Well,
So
we're talking about
we
from right
need-
now forward.
So we need to compensate, I feel that he has to be at least at an average of, no less than $800 a week, is just to get, compensated, because, man, he is spending time answering phone calls, going to meetings and everything, and taking care of this department, so he does have to get compensated. Again, I know it's gonna have to be by the leadership of the community, of the members.
What were we paying Mr. Cuellar during, like, his salary? Let's kind of figure it out.
Well, I mean, you can't.
Say one of them deals and one goes to the city.
They're the ones that.
Mr. Arjona, what do you think would be fair? Hate to put you on the spot, but that's pretty cool. Somebody else
You
would wanna get
talked
paid.
last time.
I was about maybe $6,000, $7,000
$200,000 a week?
Oh, you? No, seriously, I mean, we appreciate the fact that you're willing to step up and help us. And who knows, I think we immediately gonna have to post the job too, right? That's gonna be our next agenda.
That should have been done my
Well, that's gonna be the next meeting, we need to put that on the agenda, to post the job.
Okay.
But we needed somebody in place, so now, that's why we called the special meeting to begin with.
Yes, Mr. Alejandro, I mean, I spoke to Arjona about this, apparently we don't have to meet, we don't need to meet or discuss
don't need to
this,
meet
we could
to-
advertise already.
Okay,
And that should have been done a long time ago.
okay, we'll do it. Just get it
2
done.
weeks ago, it should have been done.
And go back, that's forward, let's get it done.
Well, that's what I said.
Tomorrow.
We were supposed to go forward then.
So what do we do?
How about
What do we wanna do?
$2,400, how about, we go with, just $800 a week?
What do you guys think?
For services.
Anybody have any comments on or suggestions?
That's what I was trying to find out, what,
That
where
would
we
be,
got.
at $800, that's $3,200 a month.
If I may, Mr.
right?
Garcia, can I have the floor for a
Yes,
minute?
sir.
Okay, thank you. What I was trying to find out, and Mr. Ben was trying to answer me, was what was Mr. Cuellar more or less getting paid?
$65,000 a year,
Okay, but breaking it down, say weekly over 2 weeks.
divided by 12.
4,000, 5416, 56.
54.16 a month.
54, yeah.
So it's 1,000, a little over 1,000 a week.
He was here full time.
Yeah,
You need to
but,
consider that.
but he's not gonna be here full time, right?
We're gonna try his best to attend to it, but he's a full-time city
Yeah,
manager.
so I was
So,
thinking maybe we could split it.
I don't know, you guys say a number.
But guys, we've been in positions before where there's an acting city manager or interim city manager, right? Okay. What is the additional money, the stipend they receive while they're in that term? Diesel's done it, Juan Gonzalez, both teams have done it before. Do you know what the additional?
The difference, well, like with Chief, I believe he was getting 10,000 extra a year from his salary,
In addition?
In addition,
in addition to his salary.
carrying that weight.
Right, or 12,000. 12,000 I think it was,
So it was 1,000 a month?
1,000 a month, right.
So, and then the other question is, if we're gonna be posting this, it may not even last, what, tops a month?
Maybe. But right now, we gotta deal with this anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Well, because if you go with the figure that you asked right now, the amount would be the 27 something. We could bring, if we divide it by 12 months on the amount that you asked for Mr. Cuellar was making, that would put it right at about 27.50 a month. I'm just telling you the numbers that when we.
And again, and this is not our direct payment to Mr. Arjona, this is the agreement we're gonna have with the city.
Yeah,
The
'cause
city's
we might
gonna
get
take
tax
action as to
right.
what they wanna pay,
And then they might end up just getting half of what we approved.
or more,
Or
who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, because once we give it, then you all are directed how you're gonna do it.
I have a motion to any amount out there, anything? Or ask Mr. Arjona. 2,000 a month, do you think that would be good? What do you think?
I'm okay with that. I mean, you wanna do 2,000, 25, 26, to me, it doesn't
Because
matter.
I was, the figures was at 2708. If you divided of the amount that, Cuellar was doing, if you divide it by month, it would be $2,708.
It's 5,400.
Yeah.
5,400.
He's dividing it by two.
You're going every 2 weeks.
One and a half. So.
He's okay with 2,000. I got a motion with 2,000? Again, it could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months. We should be glad that he's stepping up to the plate.
2,400 a month.
We got a motion for 2,400 a month.
I'll second it, Mr.
We
Russell.
got a motion and a second for $2,400 a month. Any further discussion on that?
Hold on, I need the motion
This
to
is
include
for the
approving the
agreement.
administrative agreement.
This is for the administrative agreement that we have with San Juan.
Now, let me just ask one question in reference to that. Is that total or is that, is that in addition?
In addition to the 1,000.
Okay. Just wanna make sure that's clear. So
In
it's
addition
gonna
to
be
the 1,000,
12 or
we're
31.
supplementing it by
I
2,400.
got a question, legal counsel. Okay. So on the 2,700, but remember on the director's or all the time we have, they get the phone allowance and the car allowance. How are we gonna?
That doesn't apply here because he doesn't need that.
We're not paying him.
So, okay,
This
no,
is an
no, that's
agreement
why,
we have with the
I'm just,
city.
I just didn't wanna make sure that we're okay with,
So, yes.
okay, so then we'll be all right legally.
So we have a motion and a second.
I just need the motion to make sure that it's amended to include, this is the administrative agreement to include an additional $2,700 to the 1,000.
24.
I mean, 24, I'm sorry, 24.
Why don't you do that one real quick?
I amend my motion
So I amend my motion
to approve the administrative agreement
to approve the administrative agreement
to include an additional
to
$2,400.
include an additional $2,400.
That's all. You just need a second.
And we have a second.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item is adjourned. A motion to adjourn? A motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Motion meeting is adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.